every horse racing authority can work with a game production company to create a horse racing game based on the race system and rule of each country. In the first place, people outside the industry don't know, for example, where to buy horses, at what age a horse can enter a race, what distance is considered a sprint, how the races are classified, how many places you can finish in to receive prize money, how much stable fees cost, what kind of pedigree is superior, and so on. So people can learn more about horse racing by playing the game with smartphones or tablets. This will help people feel closer to horse racing.
It's very interesting, and I feel in many respects and in many jurisdictions we're behind the ball on that. But realistically, I don't think some of us, and I'm sure a lot of delegates would agree, can afford to spend 2 decades increasing the number of horse owners. Do you still think it's worth it?
Yes, I think that period can be shortened. There are a few reasons. First, the increase in horse owners are delayed due to the international financial crisis in 2008 and the Great East Japan earthquake in 2011. Second, these games were not created by horse racing authorities, but were developed by horse racing fans. They had to work hard to get permissions from authorities to use the names of real race courses, races, and horses. Unlike before, not only children but also adults play video games and can access them with their smartphones and tablets in their spare time anywhere in the world. Adults can buy the race horses, so the effects can be immediate. Finally, particularly online games are used as a way to attract potential customers, employees, and even military personnel in some countries. In this way, the virtual world and the real world are becoming almost one and the same.
Hiro, you're getting a lot of thumbs up floating through the screen, which means an awful lot of approval for what you're saying. I'd be fascinated to know whether you think there are other ways that we can increase the popularity of horse racing. What's your next big challenge?
Yes, this is kind of my vision, but I'd like to see a world championship by small distances with heats 4 times a year and changing locations every year, like the Breeders' Cup. Let's assume that the world is divided into 4 regions: Europe, North and South America, Asia, and Oceania and South Africa. For example, in 2030, sprint and intermediate races would take place in the UAE in March, Australia in April, in Ireland in September, and in Argentina in October, while mile and long distance races would take place in the United States in May, in the UK in July, in South Africa in November, and in Hong Kong in December. By doing this, I think that the World Championships would be covered by the media and attract attention even in countries where horse racing is not very popular. To achieve this, there are various hurdles that need to be overcome, such as establishing sanitary conditions and how to split the betting money. But I think that it would be a good opportunity to make this very analog game appeal to people.
Hiro, thank you very much. You are certainly bringing what has been such an analog sport, dragging that into the digital world. And it's fascinating to me how there have been these 2 booms in Japan, and between those 2 booms, say the first one in the in the early 1970s and the second one in the 1990s, you were able to capitalize on that by getting more people involved in ownership and getting young people involved in ownership, in fractional ownership, and be able to fund through prize money. So thank you very much. And I think that leads us almost beautifully onto Brett Jones, the president of Airdrie Stud, who's joining us